live on Facebook. YouTube bullshit.
What's happening? Greetings, people. What's going on? You sure we live? We count down.
We live on Facebook.
Now we live on Facebook.
All
we got the Facebook Outlaws. I think we might even have the YouTube Outlaws
YouTube's
here
live.
So what's going on? What's going on? The People's Network presents Outlaw Radio.
Outlaw.
Yes.
Outlaw.
I am Brother Talk to Teach, Listen to Learn, your truth transfer engineer. Awesome, the most asshole to many. We in here getting healthy, wealthy, wise, free, happy, and full. Go on and tell the people something good, brother.
Peace, peace. How y'all doing out there, Milwaukee? I hope all is well with you. I hope all is well. I am the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the culture teacher, hood healer, your holistic health and wellness coach, Kamar Carter. Peace, peace, y'all.
What's going on, man? The People's Network presents Outlaw Radio. We the people. We the people. We're talking about a black constitution here tonight. In case you ain't know, I'm a world-class smartass. The militant with a microphone, the mouthpiece of the movement, a very special guest, somebody who's near and dear to my heart tonight because he was around when I first started spitting into this microphone. And I will let him introduce himself. Go ahead, my brother.
So I am David Crowley, State Representative of the 17th Assembly District, candidate for Milwaukee County Executive.
Yes, sir. And if you didn't know, this brother's been a state rep. How long you been a state rep?
I'm in my second term right now. I've been working in state politics for now about 7 years. But
I'm social services. We go from ratchetness to righteousness very quick. We have a clock. We'll go for 231-9989.
9989.
414-231-9989. You can call in. You can ask this brother. We don't have him all night, but we have him for the time being, right? So in the meantime and in between time, I know you're getting dressed to go out, which is why we always say on Saturday nights. Ooh, it don't take that long.
Hey.
I'm getting drunk.
Yes, loose as a goose, high as a bird. Right?
What's going on, Kimberly?
So all the people who are in tonight,
hey, honey.
A lot of people want to talk to DC because he is
I see you.
He's running
Classic.
for county executive. Now let's talk about county executive. I call Chris Abley Bruce Wayne. I always thought he was a rich dude who lived in a penthouse downtown, and at night he was a vigilante fighting crime. And you ain't know, but he's the reason why county supervisors only they work part time. He killed all that, and he was the county executive, and that's the top-notch boss. My people in Milwaukee don't understand the way we're governed, and I know y'all let DC and the county supervisors. Then there's the state with the governor and the senators and the congressmen. This is civics 101. So you are a state rep right now, right? How long you been a state rep?
So I'm at the state. I've been at the state. This is my second term. And so Milwaukee County, a lot of people don't know what we have to fulfill and give those services out to types of people, like people with disabilities, our elderly. When you think about our parks, when you think about programs, we administer a lot of that at the county level.
So let me explain this for laymen. The MP
county, airport,
right?
county.
Yeah. Right. So what's Jason?
Solely those of the
motherfucker that said it.
No to be mad at.
Right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we got David Crowley here, and I said on the air, we watched the show. I was mad at DC because I done known this brother for so long, and I know he's been front lines just in the community, and I know he came with me when I started doing this because he went there and I went here. And I said, oh, DC, I can understand Mandela. I'm still mad Mandela too. I understand Mandela. Like, man, but you wasn't too busy when. Come on, son. Like you talking to me. When you ran against Lena, I supported you, bro. I was on the block with the Panthers. You would have got beat up in terms of I'm driving down the street, it's potholes. Who should I call? Well, you shouldn't call DC. You should call your alderman. That's city government.
City government. It depends on the road, because it could be a city road or it could be a county road.
Okay.
So it's
shit laid out.
It's certain.
However, white people divided it up. That's how they divvied it up, right? What street is named after a black? Ain't no Jackson Street, Milwaukee.
I mean,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, and so like it's a real opportunity to actually make some things happen. To be honest
Right.
with you, and so for me, it's not just the state.
State 80% white.
Oh, yeah.
85% of that minority.
When you talk about the fight, and we only got eight people of color, 8 black people in office at the state level, 132.
You in Madison
So-
going outside trying to smoke a black, you outnumbered. You outnumbered. You outnumbered. And we get that.
Yeah,
We get that. We know what you up against.
it's a team sport at the state. It's about the faces. Because a lot of people who deliberately go against other people's interests when they think about the city of Milwaukee and Milwaukee County. And so like it's like we've seen a lot of growth here.
Oh, the reason why I say that is you can't say we've seen a lot of growth when their median income is double ours. You can't say we've grown when their median income is $60,000 per year and ours is 30. That's not a lot of growth.
I'm now when you talk about us as black people, that's a totally different
I'm
story.
always talking about black
Okay,
people.
now
I'm
I'm talking about from Milwaukee County.
This whole show,
Right.
we love black people who love black people.
I feel you on that. But if you're going from that aspect, then that's a whole nother discussion.
Let's get down. 5% of that 12%, which represents the minority number. But the unique thing about this is you're a Democrat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Milwaukee is minority majority because if you add the Latinos, we're 60% of the city.
Right.
So there should be no reason why we live in abstract poverty, right?
Oh,
now,
absolutely.
And one thing I learned from messing with the county, I'm sorry, brother, I had a resolution passed for the community restoration centers. It's on y'all books. Go look it up. White Shine from West Dallas totally got down with us.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to turn the park pavilions in underserved neighborhoods into social service hubs. You don't have to get on a bus right across town to be able to get a job coach or to know prenatal care. We're talking about black women who are young black women who are pregnant that have no access to everybody else who ain't with us. But that's where we started. We had I teamed up with Nicole Brookshire, the head of which is also a county Office of African American Affairs. That bill sits in there, and let's serve the community restoration centers. But what Whiteshine said is what people don't understand is the city is not really responsible for social services. That is the county's duty.
That's the county's responsibility.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
So
I just wanted to talk because Bull didn't want to let me talk, and they ain't saying shit. They're like, "Yeah, what the fuck?"
But what you're talking about is the problem. I mean, the problem is that when you get these programs, we need to do a lot more of it, but we don't even have the money at the county level. And so when I talk about federal and state grant dollars and
CDBG money, I heard it's up to $25 million.
What's interesting things about CDBG. So CDBG dollars, okay, because they're at the city of Milwaukee has CDBG.
Bear won't audit it.
Well, that's
he's a Democrat.
The city CDBG program is strictly the city. So when at the county level, because the city has its own, the county can't necessarily spend those dollars into that city or into another municipality that has a CDBG program. They can only spend it in other areas that actually don't.
Well, where's the connective tissue as a county employee to say, hey, you got $25 million that's federally, it's supposed to be for the city. Now, I don't know when, last time I drove up North Avenue, Center, Valete, Cherry, Brown County, ain't no $25 million there. Now, Rocky Marco, who is Barrett's trigger man, has admitted that they diverted some of that money. So as a politician, even if I work a machine in the park, that's what Abley said. Parking checkers in it, you got to pay the park.
Oh, pay the meters to park. No, we ain't doing that.
Right. And we shot down Bill 777. This is why Abley retired, just in case you don't know. This is why he resigned, because he had come up with a bill that would give supreme power. He was going to be in charge of all the contracts, everything. And my sister Lena, who I love really, who's a friend of the show, signed off on it too. We had her on here because I get them bills like that. I get that legislation. People send that shit to me.
I couldn't get behind that.
But she said it was some shit I just signed off on. That's why when we talk about that bill you holding over there right now, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get that in these 45 minutes. We got you. It's 414. If you don't understand this, let me tell you something about politicians. You are no good if we don't vote for your ass, right? Come to my church. Come to my job. See me in the parking lot. Watch me. I'm going in the store to be I'm on some bullshit. If you really want to vote, go stand at the liquor store. I say, nigga, I'm finna go give me a half pint. What you want, man? I'm running for county. What's your platform? Where you at? What you against? Legislatively, what's your record? Do you code switch? When you they call that bipartisanship, right? Because Lena say, no, if the people can get help, I'll ride with y'all. But even the Democrats try to run her off and run Mandela against. I'm going too far. Go ahead, brother. Just read too many newspapers. But look, tell us what you do for us since Bruce Wayne is gone. What was his name? Abley.
He ain't gone. He's just behind us.
Right, he's gonna move us.
So when you talk about what we're gonna do is really build a bridge of equity. Right now, when the tide rises, all the boats ain't rising with it. And so for me, it's really about making sure that Milwaukee County start really focusing on how we are really focusing on Black people here in Milwaukee County, all across every county. So when you think about our relationship with the police department, that doesn't have any municipal borders. I don't have any geographical border.
It's a barrier.
You know, and it's a huge barrier. And so how are we going to improve that, but also work with other counties to make sure that we can get those folks into those wild counties, the Waukesha, Ozaukee, Washington, with some of those jobs.
The wild county.
Or even in Racine, when folks talk about Fox counties, it's really going to happen. And if they do, then I want to make sure that people that live in my community and who I represent gets there.
So we talking about construction? We're talking about,
like, we was fighting for all that, bro. Like we was fighting for reports. We were fighting for cleanup. That transformational to the whole region. Then let's
matter. 1%ers.
And so it's really about how are we going to start to really build a network that's going to really start putting people in a position to really get these contracts. But when we fighting for these tracks, a lot of people aren't behind us and even knowing that we even fighting.
Do they know?
Some people do, and some people
That's
don't.
why you gotta know.
We was fighting with I'm chair of the Black Caucus, and so
that's Jason's favorite group of people, the Black Caucus,
the Wisconsin Legislative Black Caucus.
Right.
A bit different.
Who's on that? Who's on that?
So,
who's on it? Because I'm thinking about the caucus, right? Who's on the Wisconsin Black Legislators Caucus?
All the legislators. So you have myself, Lakeisha Myers, David Bowen, Senator Taylor, Jason Hughes, Caitlin Haywood, Senator Johnson, and Sheila Stubbs.
Okay. I just want my listeners to know, some of these dudes smoke weed. They need for you to slow it all the way down. Like, okay, Cam, I know what's his name? Right, he's all right.
Vote for him. He was on Outlaw Radio.
I don't know, man. Hey, 414-982, we only got him for a while. If you want to ask this brother, because he's asking for your vote. He wants you to vote for him.
Yeah, what kind of questions you got? What you got?
Right. Don't be out there like I was gonna call people. I don't want any elected official to ever get it twisted. And his or her politician has always been Adam Clayton Powell. Because no matter what, Adam Clayton Powell served the people. He got a little fly at the end, but he was light-skinned. That's how light-skinned dudes do, right, Jason? But
Especially ones with freckles.
But Adam Clayton Powell, but you couldn't take his legislative movement because he always got in tune with bills that would improve our condition. For me, what you gonna do for me? You can be fly as fuck, and you fly. I like your shirt. I'm fat. That's a skinny dude shirt. Like you can wear that. Right, you fly. But I'm just saying. But okay, DC, we don't mind you having that good sweater. But what you gonna do for us? County-wide, because we look at the county right now. I'm mad because I take my kids to the zoo and a goddamn bottle of water costs $25 tax levy, which Barrett, who's your fellow Democrat, has figured out how to leverage the property tax levy. Why do you have a trolley from hell? Why do you have Century City? Because Barrett has figured out I can borrow against the property tax levy because that's what powers our economy. Now you overtax the people by charging them the cars. Now it costs you You see where I'm going with this, DC?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So the county's a little bit different. So with the county, they can, when you think about how to raise revenue, majority of that is based off of fees and will tax because the state says that's the only way that you can do it. So
what about bringing jobs?
Hold on. So when you think about, even when you think about new growth, right? When you think about income tax, when you think about sales tax,
growth up there, that shit ain't growing. I was just going.
He says, in a sense, we're going to give the money back through a shared revenue program.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and even though we've seen more money leaving Milwaukee County in general, and the city of Milwaukee in general, going to the state, we're receiving a lot less back than we should be receiving. So because of that, you see a combination of taxes being cut. Think about every dollar that we're spending at the store. The state is basically telling us how we're going to spend that because we can't keep that local. And that's what we have to change. So when you think about building these bridges that we need to build,
infrastructure,
not just, I'm not talking about infrastructure. I'm talking about reliability, because it's not just Milwaukee in this problem.
It's white people. The state is 86% white. I don't know how you don't. I get why you don't, but we do. We blame this shit on white people. Brother, I get you. I know. You know I love you, man. I'm just saying, if 86% of the state is white and something's wrong, who Burlot, nigga? Right. I make fucking $7.50 an hour. Right. I am the working poor. I'm income deprived. Over 40% of my income goes to just where I live at. And I can't step it up and own property because the median income, theirs is better. Even their ownership of property is
right. I mean, I'm running for Milwaukee County executive. You can't even name too many black executives in Milwaukee County, even in the private sector.
Fortune 500.
You know, and so like
we security, we clean the shit out them buildings.
And you got to think about it. And so like when we even think about the in positions of economic power necessarily throughout this county to actually make things happen, keep talking about it, or are we actually going to be about
it? I'm in depth.
And does that mean? And does that necessarily mean checking the box? And it can't be that.
Well, the county said racism was a health crisis. The county came out and said that. And what the county's doing right now, they're getting racial sensitivity training for their employees. Anybody follow me? Mm-hmm. You ask backwards. What about you say fuck that and just hire more black people? I've applied for the state. First of all, I'm a PhD candidate. I have a master's degree. Over 20 years in education and social services. I just interviewed with the county for some bottom line shit. They ain't black women. So fuck y'all. And they didn't even hire me. Come on, son. What about if y'all just hire black people so we can be administrators?
I mean, we can do that, especially if we have a black county executive.
Oh, yeah. You're right. So if DC get elected, Kevin get a job at the county.
Could you name the last black county executive?
When Scott Walker left, and I actually worked under Lee Holloway when he was actually chair of the county board.
Was there a great deal of change under Holloway?
So Holloway wasn't elected. So what happened was that when Scott Walker won his seat, it was just that period of time when he became acting county executive. So I can't say that there was any real change that could have really been happening within that time frame. When we talk about elected, we've never had an elected African American black person in any executive position. County executive.
You'd be the first elected one if we vote for your ass.
I mean, yeah, but that's not why I'm running.
I know. I ain't saying that. I just hey, 414-231-9982. We got DC Crowley, who is currently a state. Chris Abley bowed out and just said, he found him a girl finally. And I had heard that he was lighting his loafers. I heard that he liked boy booty, but you know what I mean? Oh, man. He got him a white girl. I ain't mad. Get you a white girl, man. Get you a blonde chick, man. And if you got enough money, tear the mansion down, build a new one. That's what having a white girl is all about. But he's gone, so he's out of here. So we got this brother who's not even a DeBarge. Kicks right here. Fucking passenger 51. Nah, man. So call in because we don't have him all night. But I want people to be able to talk to him, and especially my sister. And I want to ask you, do you know these sisters? Because we just had Kimberly King and Amber Smith from the Wisconsin United for Freedom organization, and they are located in Madison. And they said we go into the house. We down here in Milwaukee, we don't do it. We just talk shit from far away. Like, man, fuck them. But they be up the King and Amber Smith from the Wisconsin United for Freedom Party. They really want, like, they got moist on the show when we. What he said, and he made that shit up on his own show. You are live on Outlaw Radio. Who this? Where you from? What you want to talk about?
Mrs. Kim, how are you?
What's going on, Mrs.
Like
Kim?
clockwork. Kim like clockwork.
Hi, Kevin. Hi, Jason. Hi.
Calling Lady DC.
Well, I'm not quite sure. I guess I'm looking forward to talking to you, Mr. Crowley, soon. We will be having a conversation.
How about now?
About the bill, which is, hold on one second, Assembly Bill 248 and the Senate Bill 262. East I down to. And yeah, I think it's really important to sit down, and I think sometimes when people sign onto these bills, they don't know the full extent of what it means. I know that Doyle is support of this bill. So I want to give you a heads up. Think on it. And I look forward to having a conversation with you about this bill.
So you saying you want him?
I'm curious. I want to know the.
Well, she said
Have the conversation now.
Well, she said he wants you to withdraw. I gave you the bill. You know what we're talking about, right?
He has it right here before
Right.
we.
What you gave us, we've given to him.
So whatever conversation you want to have, we would enjoy it.
She said she wants you to withdraw your name from that bill. We've debated that bill. That two. What is it? 248.
Yeah, but she also mentioned 262, but I'm not sure what that.
Or tell us why you refuse to withdraw from the bill.
I never said that.
No. I'm saying, or no. I'm just saying.
He ain't got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. 248.
I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, first and foremost, everybody doesn't know what the bill is. So,
Right.
I mean,
break it down.
So basically, with this,
I'm gonna put some links up so people know what I'm.
there's different types of exemptions that you can get for a waiver for your child not to have immunization shots. And so, in particular, when it comes down to the school, the child care center, or daycare. And so there were three particular waivers before. There was the reason for health, the reason for religion, and the reason for personal conviction. And the latter, personal conviction, will be removed as one of those waivers. So you will still have the reason of health and religion as a reason to get a waiver when it comes down to immunization requirements for school, childcare, or daycare.
So it won't strip us. It won't strip us as parents. It won't take away my right to say, I don't want y'all loading up the needle, shooting it to my little boy.
It doesn't. No, what it basically says is that if you think it's a health reason, right, you think it's going to affect your child, or you believe something in that, you still have that. You have that right.
Okay.
Right, because that's health. If you think that it's a health, you'll have that. You still have that ability.
So we can keep that right. Because the bill said like it.
That is what the same.
That's
Right. So let me ask this question. So what achieved? What do you hope to achieve by removing this restriction? What is the ultimate goal? So if I understand what you're explaining, is what is the purpose of it?
Herd immunity. Did not say herd immunity. Sorry.
Go ahead, Kim.
So
doing this was because it's basically to make sure that people are actually getting their shots if they need to get their shots, right? Unless they have
people the students who meet the minimum immunization requirements has not changed in 10 years. The only thing that has increased is the use of the personal conviction waiver. It went from 1.6% to 5.3% over the course of the last 20 years.
that's why they want
So what happens is it's not that people are opting out of all the vaccines. It's only 1.2% of people opt out of vaccines completely. It's only that people are picking and choosing. So you have to understand that I also posted the CDC first 18 years immunization schedule. In that 20 years, vaccinations have more than doubled. My daughter received 14 vaccines, and she's 21. A child the age of 1 year old receives more than that, or equal to or more than that. So people aren't opting out of all the vaccines. They're only opting out of the HPV, the Hep B at birth, the flu shot. They are consistently getting the MMR. They are consistently getting the polio. They are consistently and you on sit down, have a one-on-one, and really communicate effectively so you understand. Two, this will hit the Black community first and foremost. And we are oftentimes the test for a lot of this.
Well, I was about to say, the book she bought was this, Medical Apartheid. The fact that the United States government has experimented on Black people to understand our physiology. Like, this is like the Tuskegee book. I know you are. I know you are. But what she's saying is, and I think this is a conversation, what happens is Outlaw Radio does this. Like, now she's in Madison. You go to Madison. Y'all can have a conversation. You ain't got to tell me what y'all said. I don't care. I just wanted you to, because this is what the people are. We're worried about. You said this is many other. I said, yeah, but that's the only one I'm worried about. Because I ain't worried about heroin or crack.
I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about, but you can definitely call my office to set something up at 608-266-5580.
You say you don't know what you're talking about.
I know. And that was
608-266-5580. That is my legislative office in Madison.
yes.
To try to set something up to sit down and talk about it.
Right. So we ain't gonna tell our business in front of white folks who control this shit. Kimberly, I got somebody calling. I want you to call back, okay? I got another caller. I want you to call back.
Yes, tonight. Tonight. Yes.
It's Outlaw Radio, man. Bull is too loud. What's going on?
Hey,
My man.
love, man, love.
I just want to say hello to you guys. You guys look like you put the message out there.
We trying to get in there.
Hey, Carly out there doing the thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been out here, man. Doing. I'm tired. That's for sure, man. I'm running this race, still doing my legislative work, and I got 3 kids: 12, 2, and 11 weeks.
Well, you need to get it. I'm not messing with you, man. I'm messing with you.
That's funny.
It was more.
Hey, well, 3041 North is a venue that's on the end. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I think it's called the Walnut Hill neighborhood. It's an urban neighborhood. It's a community where we have a near proximity to downtown, but certainly people they underestimate our capability to provide services in a near downtown proximity, and we are champions of that. So 3041 North is a venue where you can host a private event for people that come to the city that want to have their expectations met, and they know where tourists can come. We're 1.6 miles from the Finder Forum.
When he was running against, when he was trying to run it from there, and we did that. We was doing 3041 live.
3041,
Yeah, that's what you got a skinny dude sweater on. He finna run for some serious offices, man. You got to vote for this cat, man.
Yeah, but we're not putting pressure on Carly. Carly do his thing. Carly is a supporter. He's been here as a champion. I appreciate his support. But I think that the outside tourist money that comes to Milwaukee, that people that come here to spend money, we booked some fabulous events during the DNC. I really wish our local people would chime in and spend their money and book private events for people they want to impress, because the best thing to do is celebrate with your own.
Right.
You don't have to be in a downtown venue to do upscale. I mean, people, they just tolerate us.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I done been down there with some upscale people on some ghetto drunk. You got 3041 North ride together. We come together like butt cheeks. We all over the place like pigs and shit.
Ew.
Right. So
I love people. And I love y'all. So whatever I can do to support Outlaw Radio, I put it on my page.
Shows lots of love.
To my people. So again, if we don't support each other, we are the best of 2019, the best of Milwaukee 2019. Can we wear it on our sleeve?
Sure can.
Because the best people just want to compete against the best. We compete against downtown venues. We are the only Black go-to venue that's upscale. Hands down. Our A is not a 90% A, it's a 100% A.
Right. Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it's time to say this because our podcast is the 100% A. There's nobody. You trying? You ain't got it. You can't do it. Try to recreate it. It's too much for you. Come on, son. It's a never-ending circle that appears, or it's a never-ending straight line that appears as a circle. You going in the circle, I'm going forward. Right. So, Brother Terry, you know I love you, man. And we still gonna do that political forum. I told you I was gonna wait until the season started because we got a primary coming up in February. That's why I brought DC in. Yeah, we gonna get Killer Mike. We gonna get all these dudes here. They gonna respect Milwaukee regardless.
What's the other dude, lawyer or whatever? Michael, whatever his name is.
Right.
Michael Moore.
Right.
All the dudes is coming to Milwaukee. They just need to know about that 21 North because we have the high-speed bandwidth, we have the private areas, and we have the connection to downtown.
And y'all got Tito's Vodka.
And inside it looked like a fairy tale. You know what I'm
y'all
saying?
got Tito's Vodka. Bro, I'm going to call you, man. Thank you for calling in, man. You know I love you, man.
Love y'all. Take it easy. Keep on doing what you do.
Peace. Love you too, brother.
Yes, sir.
So, look, DC, I know you ain't got that much time, man. I know it's a lot of what the chick said the other day. It's a lot of mansplaining on this show. Right? We talk shit, right?
Hey.
You do a talk show. Somebody got to be talking.
Right.
But I want you to sell yourself, brother, because I'm a vote for you. I'm a vote for you, right? But I'm another county executive that's scheduled to come. Shout out to Ghetto. He's on here now.
Yes, sir.
Her name is Imana.
Okay. Yeah.
She's coming. She's running for your office.
Okay.
Right? She's of Indian descent. She already booked her appointment. You can book it too. You just gotta holler at your boy. I'm trying to say. Right? So but she's coming, but I want you to like talk to our people, man. Because you're doing something that people don't really understand the impact of what you're doing.
Right.
Because to have an elected black county executive put you in that seat, you are going to be able to kind of write the narrative a little bit in terms of the Office of African American Affairs, in terms of how the counties and parks and expressways, like you start putting your money in white people, you start putting your name in white people money. So tell these people why they should vote for you, bro.
Well, I think everybody really understands there's a tale of two counties. Again, and at the end of this on as well, it's like making sure that we can do audits within our contracts to make sure that it's going to black and minority businesses. Mm-hmm. We're going to make sure that we're going to strengthen our parks and our county transit system to make sure that we got places for our kids to play. Dynamic, changing almost a culture shift in some of the thinking of folks outside of the city is what I was really speaking to, because this is 19 different municipalities, and so it's not just the city of Milwaukee. You're talking West Allis, you're talking Wauwatosa, you're talking Bayside, you're talking. So everywhere is poor white people. It's poor white people too. You got all of them. And so but even when you talk about, the poverty, it is concentrated here in the city of Milwaukee with black and brown people. Okay. And so when you talk about really building that stepping stone to make sure everybody has access to that opportunity, you just got to be intentional in making sure that you're opening it up at the government level and utilizing that government to really create a new narrative and really push the sector to start doing the exact same thing. You a fly ass dude. Like if I was the chick, I give you all the credit in the world. And I think you have great intentions. So you get our endorsement. I can say that here. I endorse you, no doubt. I endorse you. I'm gonna tell people to vote for you. I just said the problem is y'all downtown making moves, but y'all not transparent. We the people, which is the name of the show, don't know what you're doing. To us, it looks like you use Barrett's lapdog. Do you disagree with him sometimes? They rarely disagree with him. So it's like a lot of sloppy copy involved. So I'm just saying, I think what you should attach to what you do is to be a maverick. You have to be a maverick. You have to go because we want all the incumbents out. You know what? Me running for Milwaukee County executive is against the status quo. I mean, just think about this, man. I mean, right. Granted, it's the first county to ever do it, right? Now you got all these other places trying to do it, right? But my question, you talk about the direction this county can actually be going. Okay. And so when we take this framework and we start to actually build some partnerships and put some money behind it, then I think we're going to be able to flourish to the point that we, because there's some opportunities out here right now.
Well,
we also got to make sure that we're creating opportunities
like it'd be at the show. I'm like, damn, you want to fight? Like,
no, listen.
Like, damn.
So first of all, and I'm not just you. Any black politician that comes and asks me for my vote, the very first thing I'm gonna do, because when a house is on fire, and you've heard me give this analogy before. When a house is on fire, the fire truck does the same amount of water. They go to the house that's on fire. So when a black politician come and ask me for my vote, my question is, what are you willing to do? What are you prepared to do? And how are you prepared to do it specifically for the house that's on fire, which is black people? They say, well, we're trying to create this and we're trying to do that and we want to make everything equal.
Flower.
What do you have in place? What legislative change, what banner, what cross are you willing to bear specifically? And this is something they'll even do specifically for black people. And a lot of black politicians find that they don't.
Much love to Jason, but I think what he's talking about is my problem with Obama. I don't have a problem. Like, I think Obama is very. Have you even constructed mentally a black agenda? And that's what I'm asking. Don't eat bull. Dumbass questions. No, I'm saying, fuck you, man. Go ahead, DC. It ain't the show ain't going to Jason. Fuck you. No, but a black agenda. Let's talk about a black agenda.
So it's funny when we talk about a black agenda because who happen to be black, and it doesn't necessarily mean I want to be around. There is training. My black agenda is finding ways to make sure that we're doing things at the House of Correction. People always, I see you circling how.
Mm-hmm.
You have to also be a part of that how.
Okay, what's the plan though? You as a black city official, you're the leader.
I'm not.
You're county official.
County official.
So let's talk about my current position where I'm at the state level.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right.
You just signed off on.
Okay. No. So I'm saying, other than the fact that you signed off on that one, no, I don't.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
About like police community relations. When you talk about trying to pass bills around bail reform. When you tackle evictions, trying to make sure that you can't use a felony conviction for somebody to move into their house and to move into a house. Like, those are the types of things that we're working on, right? Okay. So we are working on this stuff. Well, as a legislator, mm-hmm. the issue becomes that as one of 99, mm-hmm. okay, and 8 or 6 of 99,
yes, sir.
Okay, the problem becomes that we can't get the support. This is where this becomes a problem. But now we're moving into this talk about me and winning this county executive seat will actually set the budget of how things are going to go. Now, once this budget is set, corrections, how we're working with these different housing programs, how we're working with the Small Business Administration when it comes down to contracting and things of that nature. But I still have to go through the bureaucratic process with the county board supervisor. But I believe that when you think about the relationships that I've been building, what I believe that we can do, we're going to now be able to get those resources and come up with a real strategic plan to move this county forward.
No, to be honest with you, so again, but what I do know is bottom line is that we have a lot of black in every single negative category as far as black people, black family, black money, black education. And so what I see is a lot of people, black people that's in positions getting done for us. What are they doing? They're collecting a check. So this is what I'm saying. This is why we say all.
And the problem is that when you think about politics,
it's us, right? You know what I mean? I get it. You can get it.
Like one thing I noticed what he just said, though, he said it could be like 9 of them, right? Mm-hmm. And 99 others. But the problem comes is this is where I caught it under. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. You know, I ain't the numbers guy.
I know.
Even you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, us 3, we all fighting for the same thing, but then we got the rest of the city that's like against what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't finna line up with us. So it would be kind of hard to get this spot. Well, now he can allocate the different
funds. So Kev would get a job. That's what he said. I can work for the county. I want
to give you an understanding of the process that I am as a legislator and the move to an executive position could really do. And so that's why I wanted you to understand that, because now when you talk about executives, that is budget setting, that is at that executive level. Mm-hmm. That's the time when you need to change and put somebody in there to say, okay, this is how we can make that
happen. Get rid of the cap, because right now, First of all, Mr. Terry, shout out to Mr. Terry because Mr. Terry has told me this a million times. If you think about it, if Milwaukee was a Fortune 500 company, everybody would have been fired long ago because there's no profitability. And that's what business is about. He told me that one time. He said, no, black people vote for names. We're name brand. Like if Prada was running, she'd be the governor of this motherfucker. If Gucci was running for the mayor, he'd be the and do this. This is why I insult black people. The cogs, you have these families here who've been in power. They sleep with the enemy. You know, they fuck the white man. They're bed wenches. They are in power. Crowley ain't one of them names. So what you're doing is you making sure Crowley is one. Them baby girls you talking about? That's nice. My daddy went out here and did his thing. Right? You see what I'm saying?
Let me tell you, there was a young lady that ran for office. She couldn't have possibly expected to get elected, right? And she ran
the white man's
under the
bitch.
banner that I'm not the white man's bitch. But you know what? I voted for her. Because you know what I'm saying? Because minimally, she was not afraid to stand up and say, I'm doing this for black people. So I'm passionate about that. We love black. The line that they can't even say, I want to do something for black people. That's a problem for me.
Well, I want Kimberly King because she's still
just imagine how much
and I hope you tear that up. I hope you do. And I'll be that one hick in the crowd cheering.
You should hire a speechwriter.
So listen, love, but I go hard, but you know what I'm saying?
No, I told everybody knows. DC's my man.
Yeah,
I get mad at my own brother. Man, my brother had some of the most.
And I truly believe, man, you can't grow unless you're uncomfortable at times.
Okay.
Exactly.
You know, and that's how you actually get better. So when you
Answer the phone.
Every time. It don't matter who we're talking, bro.
He never misses. He never misses. I'm sorry. I hate when they do it, but it's
you
so
can
funny.
either laugh or cry.
I know. Yeah, you live on Outlaw Radio. Is this Kim?
All right,
Okay,
Kim. We
let's
cut you
get it in.
short. Go on.
Go ahead, my sister.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I want to ask Mr. Crowley, did you understand the bill when you signed on to that?
I don't know what you mean.
That bill. She said, "Did you understand what you were signing when you signed it?"
Yes,
248.
Yes, I did.
You did. Okay. And what I guess maybe this is a better question. Did you understand the impact it would have on the Black community when you signed on to that?
I guess we can have a chance to talk about that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a much deeper type of conversation.
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, I will be seeing you in the next couple of weeks, and when you are face to face, it's hard to have over the phone. I'll be there Tuesday to lobby at the Capitol and speak to other representatives and communicate, our concerns over this, especially when it pertains to the Black community. For me, the financial issues about that, the economics behind that, forces the Black community to comply. There's coercion involved. So I hope that people will slowly, maybe not slowly, but start getting more involved in the process, the legislative process. It can be very tricky to navigate, and I understand that when Mr. Crowley's speaking. So I think that's important to know. But yeah, I posted some information about, or links to his page on the legislative page for Wisconsin for people to connect. That's with that phone number I think he listed earlier, and to inform themselves about the bill specifically, who's signed on, who's taking themselves off, and get familiar with that process. So.
Well, I'll tell y'all what. Both of y'all outlaws, so there will be no arguing. Teamwork make the dream work. We're gonna do this together.
We argue all the time.
DC got his patch. You got your patch, my sister.
Yes.
We exist. We are fulfilling the mission of our forefathers. Because right now we are more proactive than they were because we are allowed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I have the ability to tell a white man, don't call me nigga. I'll be around at the front of your bus. I rode at the back of the bus. Anyways, because I had the weed.
Yeah.
So I'm saying we have won the right to tell white people how to treat us. And shit, you an outlaw. DC is an outlaw. He's my brother. It's all love.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for having me on. I can't wait to come back.
Thank you.
No doubt. You got to come back live. Your show
Thanks.
last night was great. You got to come back.
Look at them numbers.
Right. The numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
You come on back, girl. You know you're welcome.
Yes.
I can't wait. I look forward to it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hey, DC, I just want to shout you out, man. Thank you for coming. I know you got to go. I understand that thing. I had them babies one time. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't wearing rubbers in the 90s. I didn't believe in it. So I messed around and had some kids, man. So I know it's like, damn, dog, I gotta go to the crib.
Your kids listening to this like, Dad, that was an accident.
It's Outlaw Radio. We the people. Don't ever get it twisted. The people make the decisions.
Yes.
See, when people think they're powerless, that's where they make their greatest mistake. Right? And this is what has happened to us with this Trump ass bullshit. Because we got, and I won because I didn't vote because I said I'm powerless in this election. What I didn't understand is that I should have just voted against him. You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't matter.
If you have, it wouldn't have, but just for me to feel good.
Okay.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
If 20,000 other people would have, it would have.
He wouldn't have won Wisconsin.
He wouldn't have won
Let me
Wisconsin.
tell you, it doesn't matter.
Wisconsin by 20,000. If we would have had 20,000,
It's a swing state.
20,000
It's swing states.
It's based off of. So here in Wisconsin, each state has different with what you're going with.
Okay.
But what I'm just saying that if he would have won, if 20,000, 24,000 more people would have voted in Wisconsin, at least 11 of those delegates would have never went for
Right.
Trump.
For the electoral vote. And I'm one of them.
Electoral
Right.
On,
And I'm
on
one
paper,
of them.
that's the way it should have went. You're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, that's the way it should have went.
Right.
Listen, come on. You know, sometimes
Bull.
the way it should be and the way it is a little
Boy,
bit.
you can't call me
I
out.
respect you though, bro.
But I think that the reason why you have those problems is that like the people who are running for these offices now, you know, they don't connect to people. They don't really. It's like, what do I see myself in you? How do I see myself in you? And how can
You can't
relate?
come to
It's all
Outlaw
about
Radio.
your pack. It's all about how much money you got.
I mean, and that's the problem.
I
Now,
think they
is
should,
the
I think
problem.
they should just go away with the electoral vote. Because you know what I'm saying? If we voting, it's voting to see who the people want to be president. So it should just be a popular vote. And that's it.
Like it is in every other election except for
president.
the presidency.
Hey, when
so
Okay.
And so it's exciting, to be honest with you. I didn't know what I was getting myself into at first, but it's just like the more and more. It's the opportunity to really create a network to make sure that the dollar is being spent to the particular.
Okay. Just be able to tell my people over and over because these people trust me. Vote for DC. Vote for DC. I want to create that narrative. I'm involved. I really want to be involved in writing a black narrative. So you send me everything you got, and it'll be in the People's News Network. It'll be ruined for lack of knowledge, but I'm here to inform people, so they're gonna know lots of our neighborhoods. He just kind of navigated his way through. And then he showed up on Outlaw Radio with a skinny dude sweater on. And we should vote for him. This is the new Barack, a dark-skinned Barack.
Wow.
Right? So I want just to spit that, man. How we get in touch?
So yeah, you can definitely visit my website, crowley4mke.com, CROWLEYFORMKE.com. You can find me on Facebook, David Crowley. You can pretty much find me everywhere with that. You know, and to be honest with you, you can actually call myself.
Mike Jones.
414.
Mike Jones.
DC.
Mike
DC.
Jones.
DC.
Right.
can't hurt.
Yeah. Didn't know me. Now you all, man.
Shout out, brother.
DC got them signatures though.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's
Go ahead, right now, man. I ain't shit. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead,
No,
Jay.
man, listen, brother, thank you for coming, man. You know what I'm saying? I love the way you handled yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of lot of cats could have got a little perturbed or whatever.
listen,
You know.
Sell 'em herbs.
Like I said, I am the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the coach and teacher, hood healer, your holistic health and wellness coach, Kamar Carter. And so it's gonna push the mucus out your body and it's gonna cleanse your liver. Let's get it, y'all.
I'm over 40.
414-949.
I'm over 40.
2122.
I'm over 40. Do the vitality.
Oh
capsules.
yeah, I got these vitality caps also. I do vitality mix. It's gonna help you fellas. It's gonna help you with your libido. Ladies, it's gonna help you experience the whole demonstration. You know what I'm saying? A lot better. But what it really helps with is your blood pressure. It regulates your blood flow throughout your body. So
in other words,
possibly help get you off
in other
those
words,
blood pressure.
let's come together. That's all we say. Let's come together.
Yeah.
I'm nasty. I'm a Scorpio, right? Oh, Capitol Drive, stand up. I love everybody. I love my co-host. Shout out to DC. I'm supporting this man.
Appreciate y'all.
We riding with you till the wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying? If a black man don't do it, it won't be done. I want to tell everybody this. You don't have to worry about any situation that you find yourself in, because you have to understand one thing. I got one girl down the hill and I got one girl up the hill. Well, one won't do, the other one will. I see y'all Wednesday. Well, I did that, but I need a director because it don't always go off. Somebody fucked up.
Not to mention somebody gonna be like, who's down the hill?
All right. My wife probably gonna be the one like, who bitch that lives
down
downtown?
the hill?
You work in the projects, nigga. You got a bitch
It ain't no hill. It ain't no hill.
Don't you
over
work
here.
on hillside?
It ain't no hill over here.
Where the hill at?
Fucking radio show. A fucking radio show. It's a talk show.
Yeah, okay.
We don't got no music.
Try that one, nigga.
You gotta keep